Have you ever wondered how VTubers change their outfits to something like this? Here's how to set up a body asset for your VTuber in Vtube Studio. So when you first download an asset, it will likely come in a zipped folder like this. We are going to extract these into our Vtube Studio model folder. You'll know you've done this correctly when your outfit asset appears in your live 2D models. So let's click on our outfit. Now, once our body asset loads, we'll head over to our item settings and click Load Current Model as Live 2D Item. We'll go ahead and click OK and then click Save. And now our body asset is a live 2D item. Now, this is saved universally, so we can go ahead and swap back to our normal model. Now, there's still a couple things we need to do before we can use the body, so we'll go ahead and get rid of it just for now. Now, the next thing we want to do is create a hotkey for our model's current or base state. So we'll head over into our model settings, we'll scroll all the way down and make a brand new hotkey. And for the hotkey action, we'll head on down to Artmesh color preset and record the settings. I highly recommend setting this up on a keyboard shortcut, or if you're like me and have a Stream Deck, setting that as a button toggle. Now here comes the fun part, and I promise you'll only have to do this once it's set up correctly. So let's head on over to our model settings, and we're gonna select Customize Model. From here, we'll select Customize Multiply/Screen Color for Artmeshes and select. It may take a second to load, but once it does, we will see all of our Artmeshes and be able to select them individually. Now, I like to start from the bottom, but effectively what we'll be doing is turning off the opacity for every single Artmesh that we don't want visible. In this case, it's everything but our hair, head, and neck. So I'll click on the Artmesh I want. If it's selected, I will turn the opacity all the way down and click OK. And we're gonna do this for virtually everything. The cool thing is once you do it once, you can click paste last multiply color and paste last screen color, and it will turn them off for you automatically. So you don't have to use the slider every single time. Now this is gonna take a while, especially if your model's like mine and there's a bunch of itty bitty bobs and doodads and whatever else you'd like to call it, gems, accessories, whatever you want to call it. But effectively, we'll be doing this from the ground up all the way until we get to the neck of our model. And ta-da! Now we have just our hair, neck, and head. Now we're gonna go back to our hotkey settings and make a hotkey specifically for our neck toggle. So we'll call this head with neck. And for the hotkey action, we'll do the same thing as we did before, which was Artmesh color preset, and record your settings. Now, I highly recommend making two of these, one with your model with the neck visible and the other without. Now that those are all set, I highly recommend putting them on a hotkeys as well. Okay, now that we have our model's body removed, we're gonna load in our body asset as a live 2D item. So double click and select item settings, and we'll find our body asset. For where it's placed, you want to make sure you keep it in front of your model. We will fine tune that in just a second. So we'll click OK. And now here is our body asset. Now this particular asset at the moment has no neck, but I know it has an expression which turns the neck on. So click and hold your body asset, and we'll go down to Configure Item Expressions, turn expressions on and off, and I'll just switch on the neck. We'll click OK, done. Then we'll toggle on Remember Expressions, which will automatically turn that expression on every time we load in this model. Now you'll notice that our body asset is currently not sitting behind our head. Here's how we fix that. We're gonna toggle on pinning the item between layers. In my case, I only need the front section, so we'll toggle that on. Now mine is already set to the art mesh that I need it at, but if you need to reset it, click on the art mesh button, and you can use this scroll wheel to place the item behind where you need it. In my case, my art mesh is 114. And I usually have this in the back of my mind because I use body assets pretty often, and that's normally the best place for it to go. And we'll click done and okay. Now it's time to resize our model. We'll go ahead and scroll this guy up a little bit and position it where we want. Now, once your body asset is set in place, we want to save it as an item scene so we can toggle it later. So we'll click select new item scene and we'll call this cute sweater and hit save. Now we can go into our model settings and create a hotkey. We'll put the hotkey action as toggle item scene and select cute sweater. And now we have a shortcut for our sweater outfit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my tracking so we can do a little bit more troubleshooting. All right, tracking is on, body asset is looking great, but we have a little bit of a problem. So when your model has a body lean, these assets might get a little wonky. Here's how to fix that. We'll go back into our model settings and scroll up to expression editor. So let's go ahead and create a new expression and we'll call this body no lean. Now in these parameters, we want to look for param angle Z, and mine is right here. We'll toggle this on and make sure that it is set to 0. When it's on, it should prevent your body from leaning too far to the left or the right, but still gives your head plenty of movement. So we'll save this expression and we'll create a new hotkey for it. We'll call the hotkey the same thing, no lean. And for the hotkey action, we'll set and unset our expression and then turn on body no lean. Now, when we toggle this, our body no longer disconnects from our head. And that's virtually all there is to it. If you liked this video, be sure to let me know in the comments and keep an eye out for more Vtube Studio tutorials like this in the future.